It's here that new devices are developed and tested.
Welcome to my own private anechoic chamber.
Welcome to stress testing.
See, this particular box here is where they put their network equipment and then cover it in snow. It's the snow box.
And after all that stress, it's time for lunch. Again, yeah, it's becoming a bit of a theme really, isn't it? But on a campus this big, the midday meal itself can be a bit of a spectacle.
Right, so it's 11:38 now, and I'm reliably informed that in the next few minutes this place is going to fill up like crazy. And now it's 12 o'clock, and everyone's eaten.
And if it looks like everyone's in a rush, well, they are. The quicker they eat, the longer they have for the customary post-lunch nap. I kid you not, having a roll-up bed under your desk is perfectly normal here. Despite the huge numbers, Huawei's path to world domination will not be an easy one. It is still trying to lift a ban on providing network equipment to the US. But the company carries on undeterred and is still very much focused on conquering the US. Its latest tablet, the MateBook, is set to launch in the States next month. Now, if Shenzhen is the R&D department, then the neighbouring city of Dongguan, about an hour's drive away, is the factory floor. Quite literally. Time to hook up with Bunny again as he visits a factory to see if it's suitable to make his new product.
Hi.
All the bits and bobs that you see inside of a phone or inside of an electronic gadget start basically here.
They can make different products just by reconfiguring their machines.
You see it's going.
Yeah,
there we go.
So you go, it's going to go ahead.
It's doing your thing.
Yeah, and so I'll go ahead and just squeegee that solder right onto the board once everything.
Everything gets stuck to that, does it?
Everything will get stuck to that. And this machine is called a chip shooter. So it's a robot that's able to shoot chips on this board.
Listen to that. It sounds like a machine gun as well.
Once the machines have placed the components, everything goes into a big oven, which melts the solder and sticks everything to the board.
It's like one of those hotel toasters, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit
where the
bread
goes in and very slowly comes around.
In fact, like if you look at some of the hobbyist DIY crowd, they will actually essentially replicate this at home using a toaster.
Oh, brilliant.
They're still quite warm, so be careful with it.
Machines like these allow even a relatively small factory like this to up the output. But humans are still needed, in this room, mainly for quality control. And across the way, there's even more of them. This is manual insertion.
So this is your typical assembly line. You know, the material comes in the front. She's responsible for putting on glue. She's responsible for putting on connectors. She's responsible for putting diodes, resistors, so on and so forth, until they pop out down here. So this is manual insertion, and it turns out that, for example, it's really hard to build robots that can reach into a box full of components like this, figure out there's a little line here. This is a diode.
Yeah.
You have to figure out which way to put it and then drop it in the board right in the hole.
So even here, the humans' days are numbered. Wages are rising in Dongguan as businesses compete for nimble-fingered staff. And because of that, factories are looking to automate even larger swathes of their production line. Case in point, Foxconn, manufacturer of the iPhone amongst other gadgets, recently revealed that it had more than halved its workforce in one factory, replacing 60,000 workers with robots since 2014. There is one task up here, though, that I think everyone is glad is being done by a machine.
You see that pool of liquid metal?
Oh, wow. That is the T1000 in there right now. Look at that.
Well, until the rise of the machines, the humans here are doing an excellent job.
Moment of truth.
A moment of truth.
And so all the lights have to turn on.
Oh, come on. It does that?
Yeah.
It's got rainbow keys?
It feels good. It's nice keycaps.
That's just made typing sexy again. Never mind all this speech recognition. I want to type stuff. tell you what, blink and you miss a mass movement of people here. It's 5:30, they've all gone home.
Yep.
So those keyboards can be in the boxes, into the storage room, and then onto the shelf within about a week, which is fairly impressive. But what about a mobile phone in your hands 4 minutes after you ordered it online? Well, that sounds impossible, right?
Impossible, Spen. Let's put 4 minutes on the clock. Because that's what China's biggest online store says is its record. They've led us inside their largest robot-run warehouse to show us just how they can deliver, often in hours, sometimes in just a few minutes. JD.com ship 3 million orders a year, from the latest smartphones and TVs to nappies. Well, you might need those in under 4 minutes.